Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by me, the warm-hearted warrior diva, and also known as Annette. This show gives you insights on the journey of high-achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like-minded individuals on the road to greater success. Today's show is a collaboration between NNO 360 and Mr. C-Lim. He is the owner of GRRRD Awards, and he is also a rapper, actor, and founder of Cuzzalo Ink.
Cuzzalo Ink.
Oh, sorry. Hopefully, I was like, oh, I hope I'm not chopping it up. And just to give everybody some feedback, so the GRRRD Awards is an annual event that occurs in Newport Beach, California, celebrating talented artists from athletes to entrepreneurs, and they all have a strong work ethic. It's also known as the Underground Grammys, from my understanding. I did a little bit of research on you. With that being said, thank you so much, sir. Mr. C-Lim on the stage today. And I have several questions for you. Hope you're ready. The first, I think, hopefully he comes back on. And then maybe the internet service is, let me just, Okay, we are back in action.
That's my bad. I tried to share it.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. We're just happy to have you tonight, sir. So I just have several questions. Actually, won't take much of your time because I know how important it is to keep up with our physical activity, our health and wellness.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Mr. Master Yo is on P Banks. Thank you, everyone. Well, the first question is, who is C-Lim?
C-Lim, well, I'm Laderick. That's my real name, Laderick Nesbitt. I've been in the rap game since about 1998. When I first came out, my name was Slim because that's my actual nickname. That's what the hood know me by, Slim Luck One. So when I first was appearing on compilations, I came out as Slim Luck One, and then I changed my name to C-Lim with my debut because I'm a Crip, and a lot of Crips we changed the S's and a lot of letters to C's. So instead of calling myself Slim, I just call myself C-Lim, just because I wanted to represent and let people know where I'm from when I dropped my first record. And in 2000 I put out an album called What That In Like. It featured the East Siders and Little Kiki from Houston, Texas, X-Rated and Badass and Big Psych from Tupac's Thug Life. And I dropped that out, had some success with that. And then I put out a debut album called Slim Luck One. I went back to my original hood name, Slim Luck One. And the album was called Spoils of War. Then I dropped a bunch of compilations, got on a bunch of albums like Brother Lynch Hung's album, Matt Dre's album. It's a long list of albums. I'm probably on 300-400 records. I don't know how many, but a lot. I do a lot of appearances.
Oh wow, that's a lot. I don't want to jump the gun, so I'm gonna go in order with my questions. So, who or what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
It kind of fell in my lap, just like managing myself and promoting myself. And then I was so good with the internet, like back in the late 90s and the 2000s, like I was one of the first person on the internet back in the Stockton, Sacramento era when they came out with web TV. And, you know, a lot of people didn't even know what the internet was, but I figured it out and I was on web TV networking. And that's actually how I got my first record deal is that I emailed a label that was in the Murder Dog magazine. Then they hit me back and they told me to send in a demo, gave me the address and I sent in the demo. And then they called me, they said they like it and that they were surprised because they never had nobody email them before. So they were surprised and they were impressed by me and they were impressed with my music. And so I signed a deal with them. I flew out to Inglewood, Los Angeles, California to record my album at the Black Hole, which is an infamous recording studio where Bone Thugs and Harmony recorded their album, and it was history from that.
Oh, okay. Sounds very impressive. Um, can you recall the exact moment that you knew you wanted to pursue this career path?
Well, that I think you asked me about what made me become an entrepreneur. Well, when I first came out, I would just wanted to be a rapper. I thought it was cool. I had got on my first compilation in 1998. I actually recorded my verse for Down and Dirty Records in 1995, but it didn't come out until 1998. So I was just in the hood gang banging. And then one day, the guy who got me on the record hit me. He was like, "Hey, you're on this record." And then he got me the CD, and my name was in there. And it kind of inspired me, and it started getting around my neighborhood that I'm on a record. So I started getting a lot of, recognition. So it inspired me to do more. And then that's how I started hopping on other compilations, because I would take that CD that I was on and I would show other people working on records that I was on the CD, and then they wanted me on a CD. And the more CDs I got on, the more I had to show people. So it was easier for me to get on compilations and on albums and collabs, because people wanted me on the album because I was on records. And so, it's kind of a long transition. I would say I did my first album, then I did Spoils of War, and I did a couple mixtapes. And then when I started getting to being an entrepreneur, it was probably in 2010 when Brother Lynch Hung asked me to manage him, because like I was saying, I was good with, the internet and networking. And since I was good at the internet and networking and handling business, Brother Lynch Hung wanted me to manage him, because he was about to sign a deal with Strange Music Records, which is Tech Nine's record label. And so he asked me to manage him, and he asked me to go on tour with him. And then when I got into the entrepreneurial part of it, because I had to manage him, and then I learned a lot from watching Tech Nine and Travis O'Gwen at Strange Music, how they, run their operations. And Travis, he's one of my official mentors, but he's an entrepreneur. So I kind of like model my stuff after what he does. And so when I was on tour with Lynch, we would wear a mask at every show, because Lynch is a horrorcore rapper. So, we decided we were going to wear masks at each show. And then, so one day a fan showed up, David Orozco, who's now my business partner. He showed up with a custom mask with designs on it. And, I liked the designs on the mask. So I asked him, I signed it for him. Me and all the artists signed it for him, because he was in the VIP to get autographs. But then I took a picture of it, and I asked him if he could make me some masks, because that's what we were doing on tours. And so I posted, when I got back on the tour bus that night, I posted a picture online of the mask. And then my inbox got flooded with a lot of people trying to ask me about the mask, and they wanted to buy it. They asked if they could get it, because it had like these nice designs on it, but it also had like Tech Nine signature, Brother Lynch Hunt's signature, my signature, other people's signature. So I was like, I can't sell it. It's a fans mask, I can't sell it. So but these guys were real persistent. So I was like, I'll ask this guy, because I got to hit him anyways about my mask. I'll ask him to see what he says. To this one dude kept hitting me. And so I hit David Orozco, and I was like, man, this guy's trying to get your mask. He keeps hitting me online. He wants to buy it. And then David Orozco was like, I'm not going to never sell that mask. You signed it. Tech Nine, so everybody signed it. I'm never selling that, selling that mask. But I was like, all right, well, what can I tell him? So he stopped harassing me. He's like, just tell him a crazy price, like $400 or something. I was like, all right. And so then, I wound up, hitting the guy back, tell him, he said he wouldn't sell it because it has our signatures on it, man. If he did sell it, it'd be like $400. And he was like, okay, I'll send that right now with your PayPal. And then so I gave him a PayPal, and he sent the money. And then that's when I got the business idea to start a mask company.
Wow.
And then I hit David back, and I told him that I sold the mask, and told him to meet up. And then I split the money with him. And we've been business partners ever since like 2010. And then, I started the mask company. I started hiring fabricators to make custom masks. And then like I started getting a lot of masks to celebrities. And a lot of people started hearing about my mask. And then the Interscope hit me. And then they wanted to get a mask because Crooked Eye told them about me. And Eminem wanted a mask on the cover of his album. And so they contacted me, and I wound up doing a custom mask for Eminem's album cover. And then, since then it's been up. Like everybody kind of knows who we are. A lot of celebrities get masks from us. I got a lot of clients, like all over the world, different countries and all types of stuff. And David Roscoe's been right by my side the whole time. He keeps it pushing because I got other companies too. But basically, that started my entrepreneurial spirit. You know, I got an office. You know, the Cuzzalo Ink office where we did business out of. Then I wound up managing other people and booking tours. I booked a tour for Brother Lynch Hung. I booked a tour for SIBO. And you know, now I'm managing artists, but I also got other companies because I'm good at branding, I guess you could say. And I figured that out with the mask. And then, you know, one day I decided to make a hat because you know, Trump came out with that Make America Great Again hat. So I got the idea to do Make America Crip Again. So I did a Make America Crip Again hat. And then I got it to Snoop's people, and then Snoop said that, you know, he wanted to use the hat to do his album. So he did an album and named it Make America Crip. I signed a deal with him, like a branding deal. And then, you know, we went from there. And then since then, I done came out with my own beard line. And that's doing well on Amazon. It's called Black and Manly. And it's on Walmart.com too. And then, you know, of course, I got the GRRRD Awards, and the GRRRD Awards started like kind of around when I started doing the masks because I was getting a lot of clients buying masks, and I kind of wanted to give back to them. So the GRRRD Awards started off as like a Halloween party where everybody wear their mask. We all hooked up and did a Halloween party a couple years. And then, you know, I have like some really loyal supporters. They spend a lot of money on me with masks. And I just wanted to pay them back, you know, because they were like collecting the masks. It's like a cult following and stuff. So I just wanted to give them, pay homage back to them. And then I decided to do the award show and charter a yacht on the tour that I booked for Brother Lynch Hung. And I made the award show be on the last day of his tour. And I got him and a bunch of crew members tuxedos. And then on the last day of his tour, we went to Newport Beach, went to the yacht, and we did the first actual GRRRD Award show. Yeah, like 11 like years ago. And that's kind of how I got into that. And that's kind of how I started becoming a branding, you know, entrepreneur.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, it all started from the mask, right? So the seed was planted in your mind, and then basically you took it out into the 3D and facilitated it. What, I guess you just thought about a mask would be great, or what came to mind as you were thinking about developing this mask?
Well, I was just thinking I'm gonna do what the client likes. Like I'm gonna do what I like, get some masks made that I like, post them, and then that's what it start selling from, just stuff that I like. But then I started doing like, you know, things that other people like with their logos on it, their businesses on it. You know, I got into wrapping masks, hydro dipping masks.
Wow.
I'm actually in the process of patenting the way we wrap masks. I mean, other people can wrap masks,
Right.
but it's a hard process, and we develop our own process of wrapping masks. And so I'm in the process of getting that patent. And then we started doing latex masks. I got a fabricator named Nelson Cooper who actually did some work on that new Red One movie out with The Rock. The Christmas movie, he did some costumes designs for them, but he's real good. He does some of my custom masks, and he also molds my my GRRRD Award trophies. He'll be actually at the GRRRD Awards this weekend.
You know, I'm just thinking, this is great. I being in the military, I was thinking that, you know, we have the trademark office down the street from me, and they have like all the veterans, you know, like a logo, for instance, the Army, because I was prior Army. Like you can actually get that logo and put it to make more of a mass distribution, if you will, to all the bases and the veterans. But anyway, that's just something I thought of on the whim.
They got an office where I get licensed. Okay.
The trademark.
I'll tap in with you about that.
Okay.
Because we're actually in the process of trying to get into mass production and actually, you know, offering Halloween stores and having a website to where we just have, you know, a bunch of masks already made where people can pick and choose from and just buy online. So that's one of my next goals to get to. It just it's not an easy process figuring out how to do this. There's special machines you have to use, and they're
Mm.
not cheap. And then and doing it by yourself or with a couple of fabricators, it's time consuming, a lot of work. So I'm just trying to get on a bigger scale with everything that I do.
Yeah, well, definitely. We'll touch base after this, but I'm excited about what I'm thinking. Next question.
Mhm.
What inspired you? You said to create the event, right?
Yeah.
And like probably a few years ago, like how because of the paying homage, but is there anything else in particular that's the reason why that you started the event?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, it's because I know a lot of underground artists and businesses, but I also know a lot of mainstream artists and businesses. Um, Someone's trying to call. Hopefully, it's gonna mess up my stuff. You there?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, still there?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So I know a lot of underground artists and businesses. And I know a lot of big corporations and big business and big artists, because I've been in the rap game, like I said, since like 2000 when my first CD came out. And I've been networking the whole time, meeting a lot of people, networking with people. So since I knew, both sides, underground and corporate, I wanted to bring them together, for one night to where they both can network together, but also get recognized because a lot of the big corporate artists and athletes and people that I know, a lot of them don't get recognized, but they got good talent. They've been nominated before, they haven't won awards before, or they did a great body of work in the past and never was recognized for it. So I figured that I would be the company that'll come along and recognize people who've been overlooked on a mainstream and on the underground level and bring them all together in one place, let them network with each other so they can exchange business contacts, so they can do the media together. They can like I said, exchange contacts and just exchange their business ideas. Because a lot of people who come to the GRRRD Awards, they walk away saying, I'm glad I went to that. I met this person. That we're doing this business on the outside, and it doesn't matter if you're big or small. Small people have something to offer the big people, and the big people have something to offer the small people. And so that's one of the main reasons I wanted to do it, because I wanted to recognize people who were overlooked and that deserve recognition.
I love this. Yeah, I love the way you're closing the gap, and especially in recognition of people because they deserve it, you
Yeah.
know? So I definitely agree. What challenges have you faced during your journey in becoming an entrepreneur?
Ooh, money. Money.
Yes,
Money is a
indeed.
challenge. When you want to become an entrepreneur, you're gonna spend tons of money. I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. I spend like way ridiculous amount of money. I don't want to scare nobody who's gonna be an entrepreneur. The reason I spend that kind of money is because it adds up over the years. It's not like I'm doing it in one boatload. So don't think that if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you got to spend thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't. But if you're doing a lot of stuff over a long time span, it's going to add up. And a lot of entrepreneurs don't realize, or ones that aren't really successful, they don't realize that you're going to waste a lot of money. You're going to give away a lot of your product because you're advertising.
Yep.
And like even with the GRRRD Awards, I chartered the yacht for years. Probably like for the first 3 or 4 years, I was like in the hole losing money, And I
Wow.
got a wife, so you know how it goes when your wife see you throwing away money, they be like, hey, what's going on here? So,
Right.
but she believes in me, what I'm saying? She believed in the vision, so but it's been paying off. It started paying off around the fourth, fifth year, and it's the biggest ever right now. And I'm just trying to get it to the next level to where I get a production or TV deal and get on a super yacht, major yacht, and start bringing out bigger talent and awarding bigger artists, and probably turn into like a game show like the American Idol, where the GRRRD Awards gives away a deal, like either a movie deal or a record deal to one person each year, and then we get behind them, manage them, put them on tour, drop their record, or put them in the film. Or it could even be a company. You could have like a cookie shop or any type of company, but we get behind you, we promote you, we put you in our advertisement. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm looking to get, going. That's like kind of my vision on the GRRRD Awards.
I love that concept because I mean, why not be on a yacht and cruise the city? Tour of lights or Christmas. They call it here in DC. I think during Christmas they call it like the Christmas lighting or something of that sort. So that
You're in
would be.
DC?
Oh, sorry.
You're in DC, huh?
Uh huh.
Okay, you way out there. All right, I see you.
Way out here, yes, sir. Um. So, what do you think the sets the GRRRD Awards event apart from all the other major awards?
Uh, that we're independent. We're not corporate.
Uh-huh.
I can do whatever the hell I want. No one can tell me nothing. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I might wind up going nonprofit in the next year or two, or depending on if I get with some people who want to do business with me and want me to go nonprofit. But right now, I'm not nonprofit. I'm funding everything myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, what sets us apart is just that we're independent. I can do whatever I want, but I'm also able to bring in big talent. Um, and I also got a lot of big talent, big people. A lot of people wouldn't, admit to it, but there's a lot of people watching me because they're trying to see what I'm going to do. I know a lot of people, a lot of big artists, a lot of big actors. I know them all. I know they got their eye on me. And
Mm-hmm.
so they're just a lot of people just waiting to see what I'm gonna do. As soon as the door open, they're gonna be right on the yacht, like I was there from the gate. So that's just how it goes. You got to prove yourself in this industry, but
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Mm. Yes, most definitely. It's growing pains at times. But hey, we got to keep going, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what do you hope your attendees take away from the GERD Award beyond just celebrating achievements of artists and entrepreneurs?
I hope they take away a good experience. I hope they feel recognized for all the hard work they put in. I hope they feel like they can get to the next level and get an Oscar or a Grammy or get FC award or whatever they're trying to get to. I hope they feel like I hope they felt like it was as big as the Oscars. I hope they feel like
Mm,
they take my award show serious and they feel that it's prestigious because that's what I work hard to make it feel like. And I just hope that they know that if we nominated you, then you actually mean something. You're actually making noise. We see you out there and just keep going. Keep doing your thing. You never know when your stuff is going to take off and blow up. And a lot of you guys that are nominated already took off and already blew up. You're already there. So yeah, I just want them to take that and want them to know that I humbly appreciate them.
mm. What I get from you is that it's more of like a close-knit family feel for your business. And
Yes.
that's what I enjoy. It's like going to a school and you have like 15 kids as opposed to like 50 kids in a
Yeah.
classroom.
Yeah.
So, wow, this is amazing. I'm really excited to be here just talking to you about the
It's a
GERD
club.
Awards.
It's a club. It's a club. It's definitely a club.
Right. So, what does it mean to be recognized at the GERD Awards, especially working on work ethic and dedication?
Well, it just means that you're deserving. Whether you're just nominated and don't win, or you win, you can still put down, while you're touted that you're a nominated artist, a nominated talent, actor, business, or whatever. If you win, then you're a Gerda Award winner. So my whole job is to work on the prestige effect to make the bring value to the Gerda Awards. So that when people say, "Hey, I won the Gerda Awards," people are like, "What?" They take it serious. And
Mhm.
so I just work on the look of it. I work on the feel of it, and I work on the word of mouth. So that's why I'm doing this interview, with you right now. You out in DC because word of mouth is everything. Because
Yeah.
I'm just the Gerda words right now, but you never know. You could wake up one day and have all the big award companies trying to get at me because all the attention is going my way because this is what people are trying to do. They're done with the big extra over the boat, stuff that be on TV.
That's so true. I mean, look at YouTube, right? And then it just manifested into what it is today. So I definitely agree with that. And how have you persevered despite your challenges through, you know, crafting this, event, and I guess being I won't say neck and neck with Hollywood and your company.
How about persevered? Well, no, that's a tough one. It's been hard. It's been easy because you know how Hollywood is. You got a lot of people who say they're gonna do something, then they don't do something. You
Yeah.
know, they just do the the shits and giggles. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna be there. Yeah, yeah. You know, so you got to deal with a lot of that. So I take things for face value, but
Mhm.
I also remember things. You know, and if someone comes through for me or looks out for me, I pay it forward every time. You know, if you support me, I'm gonna always support you. I'm gonna share your stuff. I'm gonna rock with you, and I'm gonna go overboard just like I expect you to do the same for me. But yeah, that's the biggest thing with Hollywood.
Mm.
It's just the people being two faced and fake, and either trying to ride your wave or jump ship
Yeah.
when they don't feel like you're making noise. That's the biggest thing that I have to deal with. But I've been dealing with that for like 24 years, so I kind of know how to maneuver.
Right, right, exactly. Um, the GRRRD Awards attracts a diverse crowd, right? How
Yeah.
important is it to you not to
Right.
network and connect with? I'm sorry.
It's very highly important to me to let people know that we're a diverse crowd.
Mhm,
I'm proud to be a black and brown inclusive and white inclusive. We have a lot
mhm,
of white guests, we have black guests, we have brown guests. We've had gangbangers there, gang members there, Bloods, Crips from different sides, and there's never been a problem. At the end of the night or during the awards, everybody's smiling, shaking hands,
mhm,
paying respect, and that's what I pride myself on is being able to bring people from different sides of ethnicities together, and for us to all feel like a family. And that's what I'm going to stick to. Is it's never going to be no prejudice against anyone. Um, at the GRRRD Awards.
I love it. I love it. It's just like music, bringing people together. I love this. Uh, as a business leader, how do you cultivate the culture of hard work and dedication within your team and brand?
Uh, well, for one, you got to be able to keep up with me because I don't wait around on nobody. Like I'm gonna do the work myself. And
Right?
what I kind of expect from my team is like initiative. And that's one thing that my business partner David Orozco is good for is initiative. I don't feel like I should have to tell people something or want them to do something. I just expect you to do it. If you don't, I'm gonna get it done myself, or I'm gonna find somebody else to do it. But I'm not gonna coddle people. I'm not gonna be like, hey, I need you to do this. I'm not, if I ask you to do some, I appreciate if you do it, but I'm not gonna force anybody to do nothing. I'm just gonna, ask
Mhm.
politely, and either it's gonna get done or not get done. If they don't get it done, I'll find somebody else to get it done. So I just cultivate. I just try to work as hard as possible. Run my business to show people that you have no excuse to not be
Right.
doing them. Like if I can be running all these businesses, what are you doing?
Right.
Do something. Do something.
Exactly. I believe the same thing. That's what the military's taught me, at least. No excuses. So,
What branch of the military? What
I'm
branch of
sorry.
the military? What
I
branch of
was
the military?
I was in the army. I
The
was a
army. Okay.
soldier, and then I just retired from the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah, we were the ones that helped with the COVID deployments, and so that was very, very extraneous. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my son is actually in the military. He's an army. He's a tanker. He actually will be at the Game Awards this year, so I'm happy to see him because he was just deployed in Poland for about 9 months. Now he's back and he got promoted. He's sergeant, so I look forward to seeing him. He's about 25, working on being 26. I'm 46 years old, and I got 9 kids, and most of my kids are grown adults. I got 3 little ones. My youngest ones is 9, 10, and 13. The rest of them all grown, so I'm almost done.
Oh wow! Congratulations,
Yeah.
and hua, salute to him. That's what we say in the
Okay.
army. We say hua.
All right, I'm gonna say that to him when I see him too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get you out to the GRRRD Awards one year.
Yes, most definitely. I would love that. I do miss being in uniform because I didn't have to, think about what I had to wear the next day. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what
Hey,
I
that's
miss about
hey,
it.
you said what kind of things I face. That's one of the things that I face. Having to worry about what I'm gonna be wearing at the next event that I go to. You know.
Right, right, right. Wow, that's amazing. So, how do you use your platform and give back to the community?
How I use and give it back to the community. Well, I feel like the GRRRD Awards is just giving back to the people who are working hard to start their businesses or to get off the ground or get seen. Haven't really gave back to the community per se, um, like I would like to. Like giving out turkeys and you know, hands on in the streets, helping people with clothes and stuff like that. That's something that I aspire to do one day. But the good thing is, I do got people who come to the GRRRD Awards who actually do that. Like my guy, C Mob, he's doing like a Christmas drive, and then I know people who are doing things like that, but I'm gonna have to become like a nonprofit to really get into stuff like that. But I see it coming in the future. I give it two or 3 years, then you'll catch me in the streets of Stockton and Sacramento, giving back to my to my community and the neighborhoods that I come from.
Okay. Yes, definitely. Baby steps, right?
Gotta do it right. And shout out salute to Jason Lee because he's actually from the south side of Stockton and he runs Hollywood Uncut and he's actually I think he made city council. He was elected, so I want to salute and congratulate him for also not only getting elected but for also giving back to Stockton and trying to fix Stockton because as you know Stockton. It's the city I come from, but it's filed bankruptcy probably about 7-8 years ago, and it was like the first city in the country to file bankruptcy. It's a lot of crime, violence, and mental
Yeah.
health problems out in Stockton. So it's a big mess, and it needs to be fixed. And so I want to salute Jason Lee for putting his feet in the mud and going out there and doing what needs to be done. And I hope to be behind him one day once I get on his level.
Mm. Salute to you, sir.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what was your best collaboration?
Ooh, best collaboration. Uh, I don't know. All I know is that people say that I rap better when I do collaborations. So I'm like,
Really?
yeah, people like me on the class. I guess more than my albums. But I've done this stuff with Mac Dre, Spice One, E40. I mean not E40. Brother Lynch Hung, Sibo, uh, Badass, Big Psych. Who the list is long of people that I've worked with, but I could have probably picked a best track or
Okay.
best collab. I couldn't tell you that. I had to leave that up to my fans. They have to be like, "Oh yeah, he was good on this."
Mm. Okay. Well, that's fair. Um, so name three award companies, right, that you would like to collaborate with perhaps in the future.
Award companies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, BET can holler at me. Billboards can holler at me. Um, Even the Grammys.
Okay.
Billboard, Grammys, holler at me. If y'all want to have a little subdivision GRRRD Award show. Otherwise, I'll see you at the top.
I love that. Could you give an example of a difficult project, right, that you worked on, and what did you learn from that experience?
A difficult project. The
Yes.
GRRRD is difficult than you wouldn't even believe all the stuff I have to do, and I'm still doing right now. Like from working on the guest list to the DJ monologue to Slink Johnson's monologue to the itinerary to purchasing backgrounds and mic flags and chartering a yacht. People showing flaking trying to add their own guests to the list. I invite them, and they say, "Oh, I'm bringing these 3 people." I'm like, "No, you're not." 'Cause, I'm getting charged per person for this yacht. So it could be a headache sometimes. I mean, it is a headache. I'm not gonna really actually chill until I'm at the after party Saturday night because I'm gonna be in go mode. Because it's a lot of work and it's nice, and I'm doing most of the stuff by myself. I mean, I got my son Jakari Nesbitt. He's one of the producers of the show, and I got my wife Desiree. She's a producer, and I got my agent Jonathan Bell. And David Orozco, he helps. He does the media. Um, so I got people with me, but I'm the brain of the whole thing, So
Most definitely. Well, shout out to the missus for sure. That's a lot to do, definitely.
yes,
Um, wow. And how do you stay motivated when you produce new methods for your business?
sales.
Okay.
When the master's selling, I'm happy. When the beer line is selling, I'm happy. When like the GRRRD Awards, I'll probably break even with the money because I spend like a lot of money on the yacht and everything, and it's still a vision. So it's still like my little pet project. So I don't make a ton of money off the GRRRD Awards, but I plan to in the future. But how
Hmm.
I stay motivated is just from the talent, being excited and being happy to be acknowledged, and the good time that they have, and when they show me that they put their stuff on the mantle, or when someone says, "Hey, are you the girl or are you the GRRRD Awards?" Just the feedback of people being excited about the awards and the prestige of it is what keeps me going with the GRRRD Awards. But everything else is just money.
Okay. Yeah, well, that works too. But definitely need the cash flowing for the business.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you first think, or what's the first thing that you look for before hiring potential employees or volunteers?
Well, most of my potential employees or volunteers are volunteers. Like they believe in me, they support me a lot. They invest in stuff that I do. Like they buy my merchandise and they stick around. Because they see my vision.
Okay.
And a lot of my supporters, they've been there for a long time and they've seen the growth, and a lot of them can't believe it. So, you know, that's part of it.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, well, it's funny when you start out as a small podcast talk show, like, oh, that's so cute. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
friends
Just
are
like
hitting
yeah,
you
you
up.
said. Speaking of podcasts, one of our nominees, the Glow Up Network, her name is Lil Crystal, and she's gonna make it to the GRRRD Awards, but she has a podcast too in a magazine, and it's starting to take off for her, and she's just tired as hell, and she
Yeah.
has another event that's like a real prestigious event that she got invited to that she's been trying to go to, and she's like, man, I'm so tired, dog. And I'm like, you better do this. Is what you've been working hard for. You
Right.
can't stop now. This is the devil working, trying to get you to be tired.
I
So
know.
you just got to remember, like, the devil be working, especially when you're like this close to making it. And so she's
Oh,
like, you right. I'm doing all this. So yeah, it's got to
I
keep
can,
it moving.
yep, I can relate. Definitely. There is one time where I was doing work. I know you're not supposed to bring it to the bedroom, but I laid my laptop and I laid down and I like fell asleep. And my teenage son came in and was like, Mom, let me just get your laptop and you can go to bed. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are the moments. I mean, that's real, right? That's
It's
life.
real. It's real, and eventually you'll get to the point where you have assistants or other people that work with you that can do stuff or post things for you. Your shadow employees. I got a few shadow employees, and that's just the way it is. Like all the big people, they got their shadow employees, and they're just really the face of stuff, and that's kind of what you want to kind of get to. But those people got to support you because most of them start out as just being supporters. They're not getting a paycheck until you start getting that big paycheck.
Amen. Yeah, that is so true. So, what's one important lesson that you've learned working for yourself?
Ooh, that overhead is a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Overhead is taxes is a motherfucker. Family is a motherfucker. Kids
Yep.
are a motherfucker. Kids are a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So it's just the pressures of that. Like because you can have it all. You can
Yeah.
have it all in a rail. Like a lot of these celebrities and these people who got cars, houses, and all the stuff they want. When people see them with that, they just want from you. They like your friends and family. They just want stuff from you because they see you with all this stuff. But one thing they don't realize is that you have overhead. Okay,
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
order to keep that stuff going, you got bills that you
Yep.
got to keep your businesses running. You got to restock. You gotta, keep the lights on. You gotta pay the gas. You gotta,
Right.
you got bills to pay. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people are just blinded by the flashy, the shininess stuff, and so they
Mhm.
just want for people. But a lot of people, they got it, but they don't got it for you, and you can't take that personal. And a lot of people take it personal, like a family member hit you. Hey man, I see you got that Range Rover. Can you loan me like $5,000? What? You know?
Right.
No, no. So I think a lot of people who aren't entrepreneurs or who aren't business owners or do what we do, they don't realize, they don't think about the overhead. They don't think about the taxes.
Right.
They don't think about the family and like the 9 kids that I help support. And I say help because their moms do a lot.
Yeah.
So, but you got shoes, you got clothes,
Oh
you
yeah.
got game systems, you got Christmases, you got
Oh,
birthdays, you got outings, events. That's that stuff adds up, especially when you got 9 kids. You
yeah.
know, and since I'm like involved in like helping out with all my kids, they all get something. They hit me and they really need it, and it makes sense. I'll
Yeah.
make sure they get it, in a timely manner.
Right. Yes, it's definitely a challenge being a parent, and you do it. You just have to do it. Just have to keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
That definitely understand the whole entrepreneurial world after I retired. It's different. It's different from being in active duty in the military because you get like a paycheck, constant paycheck every month. So
Yeah.
and then when it's severed in half, it's like, oh my god, what
Yeah,
happened?
you just need to figure out how to, monetize your stuff. And
Yeah.
personally, myself, I'm about to start getting into like subscriptions.
Mhm.
I was thinking about even doing a podcast or some type of news. Since I got a connection with a lot of correspondents, think about doing some GRRRD news or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but the main thing you want to do is figure out how to monetize yourself to where you just have money coming in all the
Right.
time. And my thing is I try to have multiple businesses so I have, cash flows coming in from different directions, not just one business. Because when one business is not doing too well, then your other business is doing something,
Right.
you know.
Most definitely. Well, if you weren't an entrepreneur, what would you be doing?
I'll probably be with Monster Yo right now. We'll be big kicking it.
Okay.
I'll be locked up. I'll probably be dead or done killed a few people because I was big gangbang, big crippin', and I'm glad that I got into acting because acting brought me to LA, and out of Sacramento, Stockton, all I was doing out there was getting into diss wars with other rappers and actually meeting up with them and fighting them and stuff. I was one of those bad Crips. I was in YA. I was listed as a shot caller with other Crips, so I was kind of deep in it. I'm still affiliated, and I still got some power with them, but now I'm just mainly business and family man.
Hmm. Most definitely. Free Monster Yo, everyone.
Free
Uh,
month.
that's right. So, how did you personally define community, and what role do you think it plays in you shaping success of the artists and entrepreneurs?
Community.
Yeah.
Like, how do I define it? Uh, I don't know if you can really count the community now because
Hmm.
it's different now because the community back in the days, I think it was more locally. Now you can have a community in a whole different country that supports you more than your local community.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to say with community because now the community is really the internet, and
Mm,
either they're gonna love you or they're gonna hate you.
yeah.
So I wouldn't just restrict it to just one community. So
Okay. So, if you were to put Avengers together, who would they be?
put who? Who did you?
Like an Avengers team together, who would they be? Like,
As far as what? Rappers or
far as
entrepreneurs or women or what?
no, as far as like the community, I know that because we're a lot of things are your community is based on the internet. So, if you were to put a team together, right?
People that can get something done.
Yes.
Okay, I would probably start with Donald Trump. And not saying that like I was ever a huge Donald Trump fan, but keep it real, he handles the business. And when he was in office, uh, I survived. And I was one of those black people who were scared of him. I was a Democrat, left them after they did the vaccine mandate. One of the sole reasons why I left the Democrats is because of the vaccine mandate and the lies, saying that we're gonna get college, fund the college, people's college debt paid off, and the switcheroos, and we're gonna approve marijuana, and that disappears, and all the things they were talking about, and then them pushing the transgender agenda and having men and women's sports and flags everywhere in school and saying, taking the rights from parents from their kids, like all that stuff I'm not good with, and I was a hardcore Democrat. So I left them and now I'm an independent, and I actually, support what Trump's doing. So I'll bring in Trump. I'll bring in 50 Cent because he's a fool.
Yeah.
I'll probably bring in Snoop Dogg. I'll bring in E40 because E40 pretty smart. How many people I could bring in? I'll bring in Elon Musk.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll bring in Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And let me see who else. There's like one or two people I want to bring in with this Avenger team. Myself, of course. But I need like a woman who's with the shits too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think. Let me see. A woman that I feel like I can trust and that gets stuff done. It'll probably be Angela Bassett.
Okay, I can dig it. Just one though, just one woman, because you might need a few.
I want to say Candace Owens, but every now and then she be saying some crazy stuff, and I'll be like, "Oh, girl, you out there." But she's one of them ones that you don't want to get into no argument with. So probably Candace Owens.
Okay, and the missus. I mean, she's
the wife should be right there.
She's default. She's by default. So
she's by default. She's a puppet master anyway.
Shout out to the missus once again. So if you could change anything about the entertainment industry, what would it be?
It would be these record labels, raping all the artists and these streaming companies, making off with all these billions and trillions of dollars and paying the artists crumbs. I would actually start a union, which my wife is actually part of a union, and we started thinking about how to actually create a union for entertainers. It's just a lot of work. It takes a lot of it's a lot. So they need a union. I would change. I would put that Epstein list out there fast. Right. Full transparency on the Epstein list. As far as the P. Diddy thing is concerned, I feel like a lot of the stuff is blown out of proportion, kind of made up. I'm sure he did some crazy, freaky things, but he's a grown man. As long as he ain't did nothing with no child, all the freaky stuff he did with Meek Mills, you grown, man. I don't know what y'all doing, but hey, I keep the baby oil away from me. So, but yeah, so just more transparency with stuff, and no lies. You got to stop rigging. You got to stop rigging football games, Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs can't be rigging football games. The refs can't be rigging stuff. No rigging football games. Let them play. Stop changing the rules. Let them play rough. I want to see somebody get their whole head broke off. I want to see legs get broke. I want to see like bad stuff happen. You sign up for that. You getting paid millions. You can buy another leg. Buy another fucking leg. You play like a superhero.
Oh my Lord. Wow, that was a refreshing gesture. So where do you find inspiration?
It's my kids.
Okay.
Kids and just steadily trying to prove myself to people who doubt me. I like when people doubt me because it makes me go harder. I gotta show people. So when people doubt me, think I can't do some or think I won't show up for some, then I'm like, okay, we gonna see. I'm not like the others. I move nice.
Okay, okay. So, what's the best advice ever given to you?
Best advice. Uh, I don't know if I really take people's advice like that. It's been a
Mhm.
lot of trial and error with me. You know, when I was younger, I was a hothead. I got a lot of advice that went in one ear, out the other. Um, Now I just try to listen to God, try to
Mm,
focus on God because you know I be asking God to help me do the right thing a lot because you know we're natural born sinners. So you know, off top each day you wake up, you know, breathing feels like a sin. You know, you just automatically all these sins run through your head. You get online, all this sinful stuff all over there. You see guns, drugs, girls clapping their ass on your Instagram. You're just like, God damn, like you know. So, so it's like you know, I just ask God to keep me level headed, you know, and when I'm about to sin to kind of you know pull me back and keep my head right because that's been my hardest thing. I didn't really used to have a relationship you know with God or I didn't really like necessarily believe He was real, but you know in the past couple of years I've developed a relationship with God, so that's what I count on.
mhm. Wow. Yes, I totally agree with your statement, sir. Um, so what's next for C-Lim and what message would you like to get the audience?
What's next for me is, of course, I got the GRRRD Awards coming up this Saturday. I get in town on Friday. I'll be at the hotel. I got guests flying in from all over the country, and I'll be meeting with my crew and with some of the guests. We'll be having meetings, probably you know, be doing dinner and stuff like that. I'll do the awards on Saturday. Then we have the after party. And what's next is I got Thanksgiving coming up. Gonna do that with the family. Eat good. I got my kids got a couple birthdays coming up. On the 23rd December. So I got to do Christmas and birthdays. So
Wow.
back to spending money. Yep. And then I'm in the process of writing a book. So uh,
Okay.
hopefully I can get the book released in 2025 or 2026. So my next thing is me becoming an author and you know just putting out some free game on like what it took me to do to get to where I'm at. I know I'm not the biggest. I'm not like you know, the biggest entrepreneur in this world, like Master P or E40, but you know, a lot of people can learn from me, and a lot of people want to be where I'm at, and that's what I'm gonna try to help some people get there.
Mm, okay. Well, most definitely make sure that you tag me so I can share, and I'll be staying on top of that as well.
Okay.
Well, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me today. And be sure to follow NNO360 and C-Lim at the GRRRD, I could have said GRRRD Awards on all social media platforms. Please subscribe, like, and comment to all the episodes of NNO360. We are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook. I just created a TikTok account. Let's continue to support the unity for social justice, please. And let's free Monster Yo and others, our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of showing love full circle between NNO 360 and Mr. C-Lim. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Annette, and in the know. I appreciate y'all. I will see CAC.
Thank